Episode number 19.
You got it right, Corey.
Yeah. I was a little worried. I asked you before, for full transparency, I did ask which episode it was, just to be sure.
They're
How you
starting to
doing, bud?
add up quick. I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Good. Chat is active. Look at all of you in space already.
I know. Thanks so much, everybody, for showing up. And we'll give everybody a few minutes to kind of like fill on in here. But welcome back to VeVe Live with Corey and MC. This is episode 19, like Corey just said. We're just stacking them up big time. And this is another jam-packed show for sure today. We got so much to cover, including, of course, our VeVe feed contest is out again. We got a VeVeVerse content creator contest that's gone up live. We have something new to share, Corey, with the VeVeVerse and a space that's going to be going live soon. I know you're going to excited about that. And of course, the mobile app, we'll break that down a bit too with, your awesome video with Dan, right? But in the meantime, though, Corey, how are you doing, man? I know you're super busy. How are things been going for you?
Really, really good. Been having a lot of fun, a lot of work, some big initiatives. We're closing out Q1, at the end of March. We're rolling into Q2. We did a lot of awesome things there in Q1, rolled out a lot of new features. They did some app improvements. Obviously, just a lot of things have happened in Q1, and a whole bunch of things are planned for Q2. And I'm lucky enough, just like you, to get to be a part of that. So it's kind of all hands on deck as we continuously to move onwards and upwards, in the words of Stan Lee, Excelsior. Right?
Yeah, I know you guys are working super hard in your department, and we are as well. And yeah, we just want to thank everybody for your patience and all of your feedback. Corey did mention our recent app update. So you should see the speed improved now. And if you still have issues, of course, let us know, in the feedback tab at the bottom of our website, as always. And just keep us, informed about what's happening with your experience on the app. We're coming out with updates as fast as we can and, improving everything as best we can as well. And I just want to give a shout out to the chat today for OMW and Josh, our two moderators helping us out in the chat. Yeah, thank you so much, you guys, every week for your support and coming in here. And just so you know, if you're hanging out here, as always, if you're commenting on the side and you're involved, you have a chance to win some VeVe digital collectibles or comics, so just random. Two people are going to win today, as always. So, get in the chat, have some fun, and, but we should really get into the show, Corey.
You got a lot of stuff. I looked at the little spreadsheet you gave me prior to this, and there's a lot of things to talk about, and a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, let's roll right into it, man.
Let's go. For sure.
Let's move you over here. Boom.
Yeah, let's add this up right here, guys. All right, I wanted to talk really just quickly about our affiliate program right here. As you know, we've launched the program. We've had a ton of applications. Thank you so much for everybody for signing up and applying. Now, we're still in the application process, everybody. So, if you've applied and you haven't heard back just quite yet, just stay tuned because we're going through a ton of them. There's been a ton of responses, and some people have already started to get going on that. What we did here, is, obviously we sent an invite out to, some of our content creators, or basically the people in our space that we've been supporting for the last 5 to 6 months, and also throughout the history of VeVe, just the people who have been doing, all of our shows and everything around here that we love so much. There's so many of you in the chat right now. We got Inform in there. We got D and Hinano in there. We got so many people in the chat. So, get into that, hit the apply now button on the website. You can just go right to it. The link's actually in the description of this video as well if you want to get involved. And, continue the growth of VeVe for sure. And Corey, I know it's important to you because we both came from the content side of the community as well and joined VeVe. And, for the past 5 or 6 months, we've been doing as much as we can to, support our local content creators with, our giveaways that we've been providing them. And of course, our social boosting and our interactions. We've been loving all of the collabs, all of the content that people have been putting out. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
And I know this affiliate program is just the next step to that, where if you sign up, there's going to be so many things. Corey, you're working on campaigns coming up for
sure.
Crazy
some big
stuff.
Ones.
Yeah, and the affiliate program is going to connect a lot of that for people as well. So get in there. It's the early stages. And if you want to watch the video, of course, that, introduces it all, that we released actually on our last live stream. You can see Ben Rose right here. He kind of talks about the whole affiliate program and what's going on with it and about it. So you can check that out on our YouTube channel. But Corey, I got to ask you.
Yeah. What's up?
Are you pumped about the stuff that's coming? I know we can't say anything at this moment, but
for sure. I'm really pumped about affiliates, honestly. Like, what a tool, because for every new user you're signing up, you're getting compensated. And I know whenever you and I started our channels roughly at the same time, and we kind of grew pretty much at the same time, but I would have run ads to get new users if I knew a new user was going to equate to an actual amount of money. Because if you run ads just yourself, like, there's no guarantee, because you're only getting ad revenue. I'm talking YouTube mostly, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So this is just like a really cool opportunity to not only grow your channel, but take some like calculated risks to get those new users in, boost like how many people are watching. So I'm really stoked for it. I'm stoked for it for the resources portion, obviously, because that's my gig. So as we do like big campaigns and stuff, it'll be cool to get those big information packages out to all the verified affiliates, so they kind of have the tools they need to really rock socks and reach those fans and those fandoms where they live.
Oh yeah, 100%, you know, and the support for the community for our content creators is going to continue with our giveaways and our social boosting that we do, and us hanging out with them all the time, and like, you know, making sure that when new people do come here and when the new users show up, that they know exactly who to go watch and who to follow and who to subscribe to. And but yeah, join the program if you want. Check it out. Have any questions, let us know. There's an email there that you can send into as well on that website that we have, and you can just you know, get your journey started right there. But let's move on with that. We have a VeVeVerse open creator contest that just launched. This is on our X page. We ran this twice already. So the first time we ran it was like about a month and a half ago or so with our beta testers, right when the VeVeVerse was just launched. And we allowed them to have their contests and show off some of their stuff right at the beginning on our X page. And we saw some crazy stuff coming out at that time, Corey. And then, of course, a few weeks later, when everybody was in, we had the first VeVeVerse open contest for creators to share. And we had so many amazing submissions. This just went out today on our X page right here. As you can see, people are already starting to add in their fun creations and, you know, screenshots, video, whatever you want. The way it's going to work is that, you know, there's going to be two with the most likes and retweets. So you got to retweet your choice as well. Okay. Like your choice, comment, retweet. We're going to add that all up, and the two that get the most are going to win a prize. And then we're just going to do two random ones just for two people who entered regardless, just randomly draw them. So there's going to be 4 winners on this one. And it's really important that, you know, the community get it in there and have some fun.
Super cool. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I know. So this just put up right here on our page, and this goes for the next couple of days right here until the 6th. So you got 3 days to enter and have some fun. And this one, though, is just going to be ending soon. This is going to be ending tomorrow. It's our VeVe feed contest, Corey.
My fave. It's like one of my highlights, because this, for all of you watching, this actually goes into sort of our virtual water cooler, like our office communication system that we use. So I kind of see these first, and then everyone at work kind of, you know, chit chats about it. So it's fun to see this roll out public.
Oh yeah, we always are looking at it because when they get randomly selected from our VeVe feed, you know, they always get put in our chat, everybody, and then we kind of check them out. We're like, oh, and there's some amazing ones again, as always. I mean, like, check this out right here. Let's go to the first one right here, Harry Potter, and I love the name, by the way. With Ernie right there. That's so awesome, right? For sure. That's a great one. And then, of course, we got Samir Lartic 91. And by the way, see Flash and Superman right there as that FA. That's one that I have in my collection. Yeah. I gotta, you know, that's one that's really quite nice that I actually haven't added to my collection yet. So when I saw this one, I was like, it kind of triggered me to go, oh, I should probably put that FA in my vault, you know, so I can look at it. I don't know if you have that one, Corey, but
I think I have all the battle sets. I'll have to check.
Yeah, this one's pretty sweet as well, for sure. Then we got VeVe Wheels right here with a nice, you know, collage of amazingness. Look at all the mighties and everybody.
Looks really, really good. I'm looking at that
Yeah.
Dr. Doom's hand. I'm like, is that the upgraded one or is that the original, OG Doom?
Yeah, I don't
think it's the
know.
original.
He's probably got both, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I upgraded my Fantastic Four set, the whole thing. So I have to swing back around and grab the FAs again because, I did the FA with Doctor Doom into the animated one, but he's so cool with his electricity bolts and stuff. I just can't help it. Oh, OBL's in the house today. How you doing?
There she
More
is.
news about our events coming up. You guys stay tuned for that for sure. There's a lot of questions about the London event and some other ones.
Cool.
Yeah, more news coming out, everybody. Stay tuned. We'll make announcements for sure, but can't wait for everybody to kind of meet up there for sure, right? So then we got Nina Riki 02. Sorry if I didn't pronounce the name right, but check it out right at Disney.
Beautiful.
Wouldn't you like to kind of just be there right now? Like
Yes. I mean, we get to go to DesignerCon this year in Anaheim, right? No, it's not in Anaheim, is it? It's in Vegas, maybe. Where's DesignerCon?
Yeah, I think it's
chat. Help me out.
Vegas. Yeah.
Is it in Vegas?
Yeah. You're pretty much there every weekend though, right? So you'll just,
every weekend. I'm in Ohio, brother. I'm in the middle of nothing.
Man, I would love to go to that one because, when the last one that I went to was in Anaheim and that was incredible. Right. And, but yeah, I've never actually been to Disneyland, you guys. Can you believe that? So this one's making me want to go there for sure. Right. And then let's go to the next one. First Rate Standard. Now there's the Doom with the, there's the animated Doom.
What a mishmash of what you've got. My Toy, you've got Toby, and then you've got Doom.
I know, right? I know.
Collection. Toby and his pleather flesh. I remember whenever we talked to Gary Baseman about, the origin of Toby and how he came up with it.
Yeah.
And he said, Toby's skin is the softest pleather flesh. And it was the first time in my life where I had heard those two words put together, pleather and flesh, like as a thing. And I was like, well, okay. That's permanently etched into my brain. Thank you, Gary Baseman.
You never know what affects you. You never know what affects you. Then, of course, we got Joe Frank, and this one's affecting me in a different way.
VeVeverse. So good.
I know. Aren't these some of the most beautiful collectibles that we have? I mean, and this is really nicely done.
His 2D art's beautiful as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that one with the rose petals, I think whenever you met the designer who created those rose petals, that was one of the first things that she had worked on in terms of adding VFX and special effects to collectibles. I think this was the very first one. I thought it was just a beautiful result.
Oh, and when it's like when you see it in the VeVeVerse,
I know,
dude. It's so amazing. And if you're just joining us, I'll just pause right here. We're going to be talking a lot of stuff, specifically VeVeVerse. We do have a special announcement with a new space that we're going to show you today for the first time, and it's going to be released soon. And we're going to talk VeVeverse Mobile. Corey's going to give us a breakdown a bit of the video that he did. We're also going to get into the new drops. Of course, we have the BLACKPINK to cover. Of course, we have other drops as well we're going to talk about. We're just going through the VeVe feed contest on X right now. That is actually live until tomorrow. So you can still vote on any of these. Make sure you do. Make sure you just go in there, comment, like, share, repost your favorite one. Let's get this out there. And we did have that VeVeVerse contest as well that just launched as well. So make sure you put your VeVeVerse creations in there as well to win some prizes. And all the content creators, I just want to say, that are making unbelievable VeVeVerse content. There's a lot of you that are doing it and creating shows around. It's absolutely amazing, you guys. Please support everybody. Please retweet it. Please show up. Please go to people's vaults and hang out. And we're working on some stuff ourselves. I know, right, Corey?
Indeed. Always.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Pixel Jam, look at this.
It's perfect.
I know, it's absolutely amazing. Look at the Toby there
and Toby as well.
Yeah, I know. Can we get that? Is this a new? When's this dropping? What's this cat here dropping, Corey?
Yeah, when pets on VeVe.
When pets. We might have some.
What are they like? Tamagotchis? When Tamagotchis? I want to have to log in every day.
Yeah.
Or my virtual pet will starve and not have its poop cleaned up.
Oh yeah, those games. Yeah, those games that people play. Yeah, for sure. I can see how that can be really addicting to play some of those games. We got Jason Loves Money, as we all, and Soups is in there. Look at him right there. float nicely in the middle there. Is there anything else that I can see? I wonder where that is. I mean, it looks like a bridge is being made there. That is amazing, you know?
Well, there's the fake owl there, to prevent the pigeons from pooping all over everything. See it there on the left?
I see it there on the left. That's awesome. But yeah, look at Soups floating in the middle. Perfect placement for sure. Great shot right there. And then, of course, we got NTs right here with the Borg showing up. That would be a scary day. I don't know about that. I love it. It's perfect.
These are the kind of videos I see on TikTok because that's just my FYP. So it's like people like AIing in alien spacecraft being like, oh my gosh. And AI is so good right now. You're like, is it an alien? Do I have to go to work tomorrow? Like, do I just get to live out in the middle of nothing now? Is it just survival of the fittest at this point?
Well, if the Borg cube did show up, I don't know if we would believe it. We'd be like, hey, that's pretty cool. Then just like scroll, but, we'd find out pretty quick. That's for sure. Badoodle right here with a nice Rogue and Gambit. That looks awesome. And by the way, we're going to talk about Rogue and Gambit a little bit later in the show today. We did have a poll question to see which one of the variants of her outfit for Rogue was your favorite. I'll show you the results because we did a little giveaway in there too. So stay tuned for more of those fun opportunities. We're going to really start engaging a little bit more with our collectibles. And we did have an anniversary today too with the collectible we're going to talk about. But Corey, these are gorgeous, man. Like I actually, grabbed the secret rare of Rogue. I just had to, and we'll talk a little bit about the MCP in a bit, but beautiful, beautiful submission right here for this one. And then, of course, we got Miles Morales right here. Look at this amazing one. And this is Male.
Nice.
Yeah, Male Mantopia. And that Ultimate Fallout, if you get that, in IRL as well to match up with your, I know a lot of people are matching up comics right now, but and especially
how much is that comic IRL? I mean, it's for Miles Morales. That's a pretty heavy book.
Yeah, it varies, of course, depending on grade and whatever. But yeah, that particular one right there, that is that exact version. That's the scarce one. So it's interesting. We have all the variants, on VeVe, which is amazing. That the IRL ones, you can really match them up. Great book to have. And of course, the collectible. You got to love it. But yeah, just a really fun shot right there from Mantopia. And then we got Checker 6. Look at this. Beauty. Look at that.
Yeah, that is, I'm trying to... What's going on here? A merge of Voltron and Ultraman? Is that what
looks like? It looks like is Iron Man in there as well? It's tough to see, but it looks so good. I'm trying to figure it out as well.
The filter is really sick with that. It looks nice.
I know, with the gold sort of like armor type thing. Very cool for sure, right? So there you go. There's Checker right there. And then I think there's the whole thing, everybody. Make sure you go check it out. Vote today, have some fun. It's right there on our feed, and support your VeVe feed creators. Now, let's move on, everybody. Knight Rider, Corey, 3-year anniversary, or sorry, 2-year anniversary today with Kit, iconic card.
Kit. Yeah, what was that? What year? Man, I want to say 83, 82 is when that show originally came out.
Yeah, the show. Yeah, I know. What a great show, right?
I don't think it was going to be a Pontiac either. Like originally, I think they were trying to get a different car manufacturer to sign a deal for it, and they couldn't get it, and so they ended up getting the Pontiac Firebird, right?
Classic.
And I bet looking back on that, they're like, man, we should have probably signed that deal. Because what an iconic car. I used to love watching the reruns of this whenever I was a little kid.
It still stands up.
Talked to me.
Yeah, it still stands up if you go and you watch the show. Specifically, the first episode is really cool when he gets introduced, to Kit. And of course, he's like, Michael, the voice. The voice is so iconic. Michael, we have an anniversary to celebrate. So if you guys have this car in your collection or, grab it from the market or whatever you do, because, this one was in the store. You can see our old branding there. This is the original image from the drop, right? Yeah, from 40-year anniversary.
I think it was a Pontiac Thunderbird, or I don't think it was Mustang. I'd have to double check.
Yeah, it would seem to me like if it was a little bit older, it would be that Trans Am. Remember the Trans Am?
I think it was a Firebird. Yeah, Pontiac Trans Am.
Yeah, I mean, those are iconic as well, right? Do you have that Hot Wheels car? Yeah,
I think I did have this actually, and the hood would pop on it.
On this car right here, This one right here.
Do you all remember in chat when this originally released? And this is one of our interactive collectibles, so you can drive it with your thumbs, but the sound was glitched. So it, like, whenever you would place it in, it would just constantly, it was like, it made like this insane noise over and over again. Oh man, classic times. This one's really cool too. This one also has it where you push and it has like a pre-recorded message. And I think whenever this released, you and I were both just out in the world making content for VeVe. We weren't employees. And I remember speculating that there would be like a whole series of different sound bites that would play. Upgrades. Sure. David, if you're watching, you know, we could always revisit a vehicle like this. We could do some upgrades. I would pay, you know, $5 for a pre-recorded additional message, you know, do a little voice pack. You know, I'll do $5 a pop. Give me like 10 different voice options. Just saying, I'm down for it.
I know, that would be amazing. Yeah. And by the way, we've seen this like in the VeVeVerse and how amazing it looks.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Absolutely incredible car. Single solo set. So time to celebrate today. Have some fun. And in the, you know, on our X page there, share some stuff below. Share your AR or some photos of it, or just your memories of it, or your memories of the show. Just celebrate it. It's fun. And you'll see more anniversary posts coming up as well. But that's a really good one right there. Now let's get to our VeVe Comics releases for the week, Corey. We had some really great bangers, including Marvel Rivals, which is sold out.
Of course.
Yeah, this Daredevil right here. This is interesting with the Daredevil Cold Day in Hell. So Daredevil's older here, which is a really cool. It's another little different kind of storyline. So check that out because Daredevil's like really hot right now. Daredevil's so hot right now.
I wonder why. Thank you, Charlie Cox, for bringing your original screen adaptation over to Disney and still crushing it. So good.
Absolutely amazing. We got Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time. He goes after all the villains in this one, which is really crazy. I mean, just as awesome as you'd want a Deadpool comic to be. These are the featured ones. There's plenty more that have come out.
I can already picture whenever they redo that one and it'll say one last time and it'll be crossed out. And then underneath it'll be like, just joking.
Yeah.
Killing them all again.
One more time again. Anytime I can kill them all, I'll do it. And then we have all new Venom revealed number 5 right here. This is Mary Jane as Venom, you guys. In case you didn't know, very cool story, but all 4 of those are out now. I wanted to quickly just mention the Marvel Rivals right here. Now, this is amazing. There's, you know, multiple cover variants. Thanks to the fam for going after this one. And, you know, Marvel put a nice article out as well, all about it. I mean, if you play the video game, it's really great. I believe this is like a one-shot. Did you know that if you get this comic, if you get the physical one, you actually do unlock an in-game aspect as well?
Yeah, little graffiti that you can sprinkle all over the walls.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, Biggest Bro got the Zoolander reference. Thank you so much. I know you know. I was just waiting to see if anyone would got that one, but thanks. Yeah, so this one's really great right here. What a great comic, and really fun read as well. And there's actually a really nice, like, you know, the older comics, like the Silver Age stuff, or in the back of the comic, you go in and there'd be like the letters to Stan Lee and there'd be all this kind of stuff. There's like in the digital one that we have, and there's like an internal spread as well that's got some like little stories about symbiotes and things in there.
I like that.
It's a really fun read. So check that out for sure, right? But we also had our, you know, Dynamite comics drop as well. And this is great. Look at this, Corey. We got Army of Darkness with Ash coming back.
Shop smart. Shop smart.
Oh, it's so funny. I got to go back and watch these movies because
I loved them. It was too much for me. And I was at the age where I was like not really supposed to be watching that, but my parents were okay with me watching that. And so it was kind of like one of those things where I was like, oh man, I'm so cool getting to watch this. This is my boomstick. Yeah, classic. So good.
I know. The first movie, Evil Dead, was you know, like scary horror and stuff. And then Evil Dead 2 had that iconic poster with the doll looking at you. I mean, like when I was a kid, I saw that and I was like, whoa, what's this one about? But it started to get funny in there. Like it was like Evil Dead, I think 1 was like more like, you know, let's make a kind of
a campy horror.
Horror. But then it started to get funny. And then like the Army of Darkness is hilarious. And of course, you got to love the actor. He's the best. He was in you know, the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans and like all sorts of other movies. But that's a really cool story. So he's back right there doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And then we have Gargoyles #1. This is another issue right here from Dynamite that's very cool. Oh, sorry, we skipped past that. Let's go back to that cover art. Really great cover art as well. And so we're just loving our Dynamite and Ablaze and like the humanoid.
It's nostalgia, right? Like a lot of these are like my younger era kind of stuff. I love this.
Yeah, Gargoyles is super cool. Check out that #1 issue. And then Barbarella again. So this is another volume 1, #1 as well. Classic cover art. I mean, I don't know. So when I was growing up, one of my family members had Frank Franzetta's art. Did you know he's the original Conan?
Yeah.
Not the original, but he's like the guy who got really famous in all the Conan art and all that kind of fantasy art from like in the 70s and stuff. And so I grew up on like this kind of art, and it just every time I see art like this, it just makes me want to put it on my wall, like specifically in the VeVeVerse, that would be amazing, to have that there. So very cool, And so if you want any of those, check it out. We got all of our brands. If you're just tuning in, guys, and you're new to the channel and you're new to VeVe, we have VeVe Comics, the platform, every Wednesday at 12 a.m. Pacific time. So like literally at the stroke of midnight when these comics are available for same day as print. We get all the Marvel releases here. We get the new same day as print releases on our site. And of course, we also have, like we were talking about here, Dynamite. And then we have Ablaze as a publisher, 24/7 Comics, Humanoids. We're growing, Chloe. Chloe. We're growing Corey is what I meant.
That's my alter ego.
Yeah.
Chloe.
Yeah, we're growing Corey. Oh, that's almost like a tongue twister. And adding more publishers, you'll see as time goes on for sure. But you can check out the new releases in the new this week right here.
Eventually, there's going to be 2 stacks of those little placards for publishers, and then there'll be 3 stacks, and then it's going to be alphabetical where you'll have to pick A, B, C, or D. I'm telling you.
Yep, 100%. Now we'll leave this Bladesmith up here momentarily because we're going to talk about Bladesmith in just a little bit, but it's right there on the VeVe Comics site. So check that out. So let's get to this. Let's move along. We had a burn alert. So as everybody knows, in the Blue app, on the VeVe app, we drop our, our comics there, as everybody knows, and they're only available for 30 days in the store now on every Marvel release that we have, and Star Wars and Disney. So you'll see these comics, and we've just burned a couple since we've been live last, Corey. So I thought I'd bring them up. We burned Daredevil number 595. So this one is already burned. This happened on the 2nd. So literally yesterday. And so you can check that out. It's not available in the store anymore. You'll have to go to the marketplace if you wanted to pick it up, if there's some available. But this is like, Kingpin as, the mayor of New York. So another amazing Daredevil story.
That'll be gone in 30 days. This one's already burned?
This one's burned. Yeah, this one
done.
burned yesterday. So, and burning, in case people are, we're all book lovers and comic lovers. Burning is what we say for when we're removing it from, the ability to buy it from a digital perspective. So no comics are burned here legitimately. It's just the term in the digital space, right? So, which is interesting. Because it was really interesting because I did see an article about that, how somebody was writing about actually the burning of digital assets, like specifically comics, and how like the physical space, if you burn, you don't want to burn comics, like burn comics. No, but this is the digital realm. So that's our terminology here, but it just means that there's no more available to purchase from the store. The remaining supply is now gone. So that's one that we had. And then the next one that we actually did just a few days ago on the 29th of March, the Daredevil 183 iconic Frank Miller. Yeah. I mean, look at the ultra rare right there. I didn't get a chance to pick up that ultra rare yet. So I really still want to grab that exclusive art because, it's a gorgeous cover, right? But now it's so scarce. It's going to be tough. So I'm going to do some work.
Oh, man. Mahalo Joe, he hit the secret rare on that one. Good job, man.
Nice, Mahalo. Look, Doctor Strange is also in the house too. Mahalo, Doctor Strange, our big comic heads. Make sure you're checking out their content about our comic release. Mahalo, of course, doing the Tuesday show for our VeVe Comics and just breaking everything down so amazingly. Doctor Strange with his amazing stacking and slacking videos. Make sure, and by the way, there's always a VeVe giveaway attached to those. So if you go in there, watch the video, you can win yourself a comic as well. So thanks you guys for that. In for a minute with the drop shows, covering today's drop and all the other drops as well. Guys, we love you guys. I hope you know it. And we're going to continue to support all of our creators with more giveaways and likes and shares and posts. And hopefully you guys are all signed up to the affiliate to get some real, you know, campaign stuff going on here. But yeah, but here we go. So that one's burned right there for sure. Now, let's get into the big stuff, Corey.
The big stuff.
The big stuff while people were here, right? So, Corey,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you, of course, right here. A couple days ago, a new video popped out with you and Dan, and it's up on our YouTube channel right here. And I'll just play it in the background, no sound, but maybe you can give us an update, like a little synopsis of what the video is about and what this mobile app is going to be about. Just
for sure. I mean,
yeah.
One of the big charters that we're trying to do each and every month and each and every week is ensure that we're communicating forward progress, making sure that we're keeping everyone aware of our milestones and our goals. And one of our goals was the initial release of the desktop version of the VeVeVerse, which is out in the wild and we're all getting to enjoy. And part of that is also having a mobile experience where you'll be able to enjoy the VeVeVerse from the palm of your hand. And so that's really what this video was about, was just giving a pulse check on that, letting everyone know where we were with it. Again, showing some of the behind the scenes and the actual thing functioning, so you all know that it's actually a thing and it's actually coming. It was cool for me because I'd only seen demo footage statically. So this was the first time I'd seen demo footage like actually being executed. So it's really cool to see that the layout's very similar. We talked about the kit car, the digital collectible that's interactive that you can drive, and use two little joysticks in the bottom left and right. And it was really nice to see that the VeVeVerse mobile version basically emulates that same exact layout. Cool. So if you've been collecting on the platform for any amount of time, whenever VeVeVerse mobile comes, it's going to be really easy for you to pick it up,
like to move around in,
to move around and
controls. That's cool.
The layouts, the overlays, and all of that good stuff. And then we also talked about some of the limitations and expectations for what you can expect from the VeVeVerse mobile experience. Unlike the standard VeVeVerse desktop experience, where we had beta testers, for an extended period of time, figuring out the bugs and the flaws. This we're going to be pretty much sending out into the wild as an MVP, as we like to call it in this space, which is most viable product. And so feedback is going to be very, very important to us as it goes out, because, we can do a lot of stress testing and things like that. But it's really whenever we send it out into the wild and, potentially thousands and thousands of people are using it, that we discover some of the perhaps hidden issues. But maybe not. Maybe it'll go out super smooth. Who knows? But yeah, I'm super excited for it. I think the VeVeVerse from the palm of your hand is such a powerful tool. I know whenever I'm out in the wild, like I'm getting a haircut and someone asks me what I do, and I explain to them I work at a company called VeVe and we do digital collectibles, and they don't really get it. Showing them something in AR usually is the aha moment for them. And I think the VeVeVerse Mobile is just another sort of aha thing, where if you have a friend that plays video games, maybe they're into building games like The Sims, or even games like Valheim or stuff like that, where you get to build. I think it's going to appeal to a lot of new and different people, because not everyone has, a desktop computer. Not a lot of people, some people just don't like to sit at a computer and deal with that. So being able to have some of those building tools within reason is really handy. And then we also talked about some of the limitations, in the sense that the mobile phone obviously doesn't have the computing power of a full-on desktop. So it's good to hear. And I think I asked specifically in there, are you going to get like build limit notices? Like if you've put, 50 stormtroopers and now you're reaching your build limit, are you going to know, or is it just going to be like, the whole thing powers down? And they've thought that all through. So yeah, it's a great little piece of information. It was a great chat with Dan, and I hope you're all excited about it. I am, because I think I sit at my computer a lot for work. And so for me, the ability of that on my mobile phone is a very, very nice little selling point for me.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, man. I watched the whole video, and it was the first time I was seeing it, of course, for sure, because I know you guys have been working super hard behind the scenes. I know Dan and his team has been working amazingly hard. If anyone didn't catch the interview with Dan and David Yu, of course, with the Real Uncommon, that was an amazing interview as well. So they talked about some stuff in there. I know that Dan's going to be doing a couple more appearances as well, talking about the VeVeVerse out in the community. So stay tuned for those kind of interview announcements. But the video is amazing, Corey. You guys did an amazing job breaking it down and talking about it at this point. So make sure everybody you go and watch it. It's right up on our YouTube channel. It went up just yesterday, I believe. And, you can, I believe it's yesterday or just the day before. So I think it's been up for maybe 2 days now. And the views on it are really quite high. The comments are really positive, and so amazing job on that. And so I guess we'll just wait for more announcements about timing and launch and all that stuff. Correct?
Yep. Yeah, we're just standing by. So just stay tuned to our socials. Like obviously, I mean, I don't think they would ever stealth release anything at this point, but you'll all know whenever it becomes available. And again, use all the standard avenues for feedback. As you experience and use it. But even as you can see with that interface, it's really amazing how simplified they made this. Because if you open up the desktop version, it very much feels like it's something for building, because you have all the toolbars, all the additional functions and features. This is just a very minimalistic design tool, but it gives you all those features. They're all just built in there. So whenever you tap, like say that build icon in the top middle, it's going to pop open all the options. So it's really slick. I like it. I like the edge-to-edge display. It's just really clean.
No, it's incredible. I mean, everybody, you got to know the team is working super hard. I mean, in the background, you should see what other stuff we got coming, but just working super hard to improve that experience. I know that people have been really, providing us awesome feedback about features they want. The master, like we would call the master, VeVeVerse builders. I mean, there's people of all different levels, but we're getting some really great ideas and feedback from everybody. This is going to launch a whole new other series of great ideas and feedback that you can give our team. And we're just going to keep going. And, in the span of like a month or two here, we've launched the VeVeVerse, we've announced the VeVeverse Mobile App. We got the affiliate program now kicking into place. We got all the stuff happening. And so I really hope everybody knows we're working super hard, and we really, really appreciate
14
your
app
input.
updates.
Yeah, I got a lot of app updates.
I think it's like 14 app updates as well.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes behind these things. I mean, think about the notion of even creating an app like this. I mean, it's like just I don't even know how the team does it. I just sit in awe. So stay tuned for that, and thanks, Corey. And make sure you guys watch that video with Corey and Dan for the full breakdown. Now, I just wanted to move on to this right here, because speaking of VeVeVerse, we did add some new collectibles. So we were talking about this earlier, that we're going to be communicating when we add collectibles. And I know that the team is, obviously is working on getting, all of our stuff in there so you can enjoy in all your fandoms and everything. And there's a ton of stuff they have to work on, but you can see that on Monday of this week, a couple days ago, we tweeted out just a list of ones that have just recently been added into the VeVeVerse. We're going to do this every Monday, if possible. We're going to make sure that we communicate all the ones that get in there. So stay tuned to our socials for that. This is just the first one, just to show you, so we'll update it. They're going to be adding them as the week goes on, but we'll put out an announcement. Then if you have one of these, and there'll be older ones in here, there'll be newer ones. I know, Corey, the team is pretty much the stuff that we're releasing is built for the VeVeVerse, which is great. We have to kind of hit some of those older ones, get them up to VeVeVerse levels in terms of the build,
it's a process, because designers and artists create the models, and then our team, we have our own internal artists, but then those models have to be converted and optimized for every type of phone that there is for the AR functionality, and then every type of phone there is for the showroom functionality. And now an additional file needs to be created for VeVeVerse functionality. Yeah. And so there's a lot of, the model's completed and we could release it on the platform, but now it needs to be optimized for all these other use cases. And that has always been the entire point of digital collectibles, is that it's not just something that you're able to buy and sell in a digital market space. It's a thing that you can buy and sell in a digital market space, but also share in a whole bunch of different ways, whether that's augmented reality, and now with the VeVeVerse, and soon to be the VeVeVerse Mobile. So it'd be a lot of ways for you to take that collection with you in your pocket, your however many comics you have and how many collectibles you have, and at the drop of a hat, be like, hey, we're talking about this, check this out. Which is exactly what I do, because I'm, here and I love this stuff. And so anytime I'm talking to new people and they're talking about a movie or something that we have on the platform, I'm like, hey, check this out. You're going to think this is pretty cool.
100%. Well, okay, Corey. So we do have a little video to show that we'd love to do that now. Do you want to set this up really quick, or you just want to show it and then talk about it right after?
Blind teaser. That's what we're going to do. Boom. My favorite kind of space is a free space. No, this is super cool. So we've got a new space for the VeVeverse that's rolling out, and obviously it's homaging the legacy sort of OG vault space that we had way back in the day, and we still have. And so I'm really excited to see this one. How are you feeling about it? Like, I think one of the very first VeVeverse promotional graphics I ever saw before I even worked at VeVe was this space, and it just said like VeVeverse, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. No, Corey, I'm pumped. We got to play it again. Let's hit it again.
It's good.
This is so awesome. I gotta tell you. When I saw this, right? Okay, so that this is coming here for everybody, right? When I saw this, it hit me with like a nostalgic moment, because it's in your phone right now, like on the app. You can go in there, and I still like pretty much use this one mostly when I'm like in my phone. I'm just doing some vault stuff and having some fun. And seeing that this is now going to be in the VeVeverse, this is awesome. It's so cool. And I'm super happy that we get to, launch this with everybody. And I'm kind of pumped about it for sure. I know we have some amazing stuff like our villa. The villa was crazy. And of course, the stuff that people are creating on their own are just insane, right? But the spaces we already have are awesome. But this one's like, you got to have it, right?
I love it. Yeah. I'm curious about how people are going to use it, because it obviously has the elevation, like the little elevated pillar that's suspending it up in the air. Yeah, I'm super stoked. It's a callback, gives me the nostalgia vibes. This was for me one of the, I think whenever they did like the very first update, and it gave us and people found out that if you walk to like the back corner of the balcony space, you could just walk outside and walk away, from the space, and then you could turn around and people were placing. But yeah, I'm super stoked for it, and I can't wait to see people using it. I really like the trim across the whole thing. They did like a silver trim around it. Looks beautiful, man. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. So stay tuned for official announcements on that. But you guys got it here first on the live, with Corey and I. So that's why you got to tune in every week. You just never know what you're going to see. And we're super pumped about that. And what else is coming in the future? It's going to be awesome. Now, if you have questions about the VeVeVerse, you know what to do. Give us them in the feedback tab. They go straight into the team. We got people right in there right now who are monitoring everything that pops in. So if you got ideas, questions, requests, other things you might want, let us know and just put it in there. And if you don't hear back instantly, don't worry. It's all being seen. It really is. It's being brought in. We're all looking at it. And so some ideas are like, like they're, oh, look at that idea. Oh, how did they know already we're doing something like that already? Did they, there's all sorts of funny stuff going on with that, which is really awesome. But give us your thoughts about this too. And I want to see some like in the VeVe feed contest, that we have on the app. Maybe next week, this is just a suggestion, do whatever you want, but little homage to the original vault right here, just to that would be kind of fun too. Maybe we won't instruct our VeVe feed people to go and look for those. It's just random, right? They just do random picks, but it'd be cool to see some of this stuff in the VeVe feed as well.
Sure.
Yeah. And in the future, like I said, we talked about, if you just joined us a little while ago, we talked about, we have on our X page right now, a VeVeVerse content creators, little contests going on for everyone to just share their VeVeVerse stuff. So in the future, we're going to see some of this as well, right? But stay tuned for announcements on that one.
Yeah, and for this one, just keep refreshing the page. I think this one's landing the next 24 hours, so it's just going to pop up into your VeVeVerse Spaces showcase, just like the Villa Space kind of popped up and was available. This one will be too. So super stoked.
And we'll have some posts that go out that kind of announce it as well. So stay tuned, have some fun, keep creating, and let us know what you think. Now let's move on, because we got BLACKPINK again coming to the platform.
Take two.
I know, and these are so different from the first ones and from the first series, and like they're so awesome. We released the blog and everything, and so all the information's in there. We'll just quickly look at it right here, but we have a lot more to cover still in the show, so we want to get to that too. But this is going to be fun, Corey. I mean, you've had a chance to look at these, from the beginning right here. And what are your thoughts? I mean, they're so cute and awesome.
I like the animated ones because they all have a dance that they do. And if you put them all together, it's like a really sort of cute chibi group dance. And we already demoed some basically like backgrounds where we put each one of the characters on a pedestal so people could green screen themselves into the thing and do the dance with them.
That's awesome.
We'll make available to different folks, like potentially affiliates and stuff like that, so they can make some fun content with it.
Yeah.
And then we're working with a Korean agency to cover that market with ads and stuff that's in the proper language and all that good stuff, because that's obviously the target market. We got a lot of your family, I believe your daughter is a big K-pop fan, I want to say.
And I am too. I got to tell you, like, I like pop music, always have my entire life. I mean, I like all kinds of music, all sorts of ranges, from like this, that, and the other. But yeah, I know who the band is, I'm a big fan of some of their music, and K-pop. So just a lot of fun. Actually, it's kind of big in my family. It goes all the way back, to Psy when he did, Gangnam Style. And like, I remember this is a little
what a phenomenon that was.
I know, like that. Actually, my daughter was, I think, in kindergarten when that came out, and she was singing it in the house, and I hadn't heard it yet. That was the first time. If you have younger family members, kids or little nephews or nieces or whoever, sometimes they are the ones who show you what's hot in pop culture before you do, because as you get older, you kind of And so that was like, what is he singing? And then I like figured it out. I was like, oh, what is this? And it was like the biggest song in the world. But of course, this is going to be amazing. This is coming out right here, guys, on the 12th at 8 a.m. and on the 13th right there as well. Well, this is for Korean time zone, of course.
Korean,
it's BLACKPINK Shutdown right here. The full blog article is here. We got, of course, all the band members. You can scroll through the blog. You can check out all the dynamics of it. $14.99, which is really amazing right there as well. You can see that we got the special editions. These are
really good.
Yeah, I mean, Corey, these look amazing, right? Like in 3D. Like
each one has like a standard pose. Each one has a prop. There's a diamond pose and there's a dance. Yeah. And I think there's a collector benefit too. So it's really, really slick. It's a nicely crafted drop.
Oh, 100%. And like you said, there is that collector benefit that you'll have to stay tuned for, which is pretty amazing, right? But there's Jenny right there. Look at that. That's so cool. All unsold Jenny collectibles. By the way, this is the other thing right here. All unsold will be burned on the 24th of May this year. So, this is a limited drop as well. And then you can see there's another diamond right there. I mean, this is a pretty long blog article. So
everything BLACKPINK will be burned. Like anything that's BLACKPINK will be burned. Yeah. There's the prop.
There's a little tank right there.
Yep. Awesome. There's one with the samurai sword. There's one with the tank. There's one sitting on the whole planet. I love it.
Yeah, these are awesome right here. So check it out. There's another one right here with a diamond. I mean, these diamond ones are going to be awesome. It's going to be tough. 160 editions. I'm going to have to go after that one, I think, for sure. Right. So, and then of course, like there's the dance right there. They're just so cute. I don't know. And look, sitting on top of the world.
Top of the world. There it is. Love that one.
You got to love it. You got to love that one for sure. And we scroll down and then Lisa right here. Let's give it a look. La Lisa right there. It's awesome. She's probably, everybody has their own fandoms about who they love the most, but Lisa's pretty popular for sure. And we've seen some solo stuff from them, coming out as well, like in videos and like music that they've been doing. So my daughter knows all about this. She educated me quite heavily on this. As soon as she saw this, she was like, oh,
This was a fun one for me because we were working with Korean ad agency, and so whenever they would submit the videos for their ads and promos that they wanted to run there, it's all in Korean. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I think this text we're like using text to English translation to make sure that like all the on-screen text is appropriate, correct. But it's also cool because you get to see the different design aesthetic because, you know, they're tailoring their ads and promotion to their audience. And so the style and aesthetics very different than what we would do here. And so for me, it was a lot of fun because I think let's see, I've done work in Korea whenever I was in the military way back in the day, but that was just like pure journalism, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this was the first sort of creative kind of work that I've done with Korea. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, 100%. Mystery airdrop for collectors who complete all 4 sets from the BLACKPINK Shutdown series may be eligible to receive a mystery airdrop. That's what you're talking about. So the details are to be eligible for the airdrop. A snapshot will be taken of set holders, excluding the diamond editions. Those special editions are always excluded. So you don't have to worry about those. You can just go after them for sure. But on April 30th at 2025 at a random time between 2 and 4 p.m. So you got to make sure you have them by then. Set holders who are eligible will then be airdropped the reward within 72 hours. Only store purchase digital collectibles are eligible, so don't miss out. This is going to be quite special. So you're going to want to check that out and think about that. And of course, it's right here in the blog article. You know, so yeah, very cool, Corey. I mean, it's coming out again. We'll have obviously more lead up, more info, more fun stuff around it as we get closer to the drop date.
Absolutely. And more to come.
Yeah, and of course, here's the set completion bonus right here. You have, I mean, look, you get all 4. You have 400 because there's 4 different sets.
That's it.
Yeah,
it's a big one.
It's a big one. So we'll post this out as well closer to the date, but you can see all of them right there together. This is not the special editions, though, as we know. We always have those outside the sets as their own specials, right? So, so stay tuned for more info on that for sure. Now, in terms of, I just wanted to talk about this really quickly because we're starting to get close to the end of the show, but we have still some more cool stuff for you guys for sure. A couple reveals of drops that you have not seen yet. But Rogue, you know, this set right here, here's the MCP bonus. You can see all the characters are excluding the special edition as well. Very cool. I have the secret rare. I don't have the other ones. I have to go get the other ones now. So
secret rare is my jam too. It reminds me very much of the very first Blade movie era because the comic that it's referencing released during that era. Like that was the design aesthetic of that 90s era. And so the modelers did a really good job. We should probably, if we haven't, share all the comic covers because each one of these collectibles is referencing one of her costumes on the front of a major comic. And so this one is almost the secret rare is almost a 1-for-1 replica from that cover. It's really cool.
Yeah, no, I love that as the for the evolvables, how we have those different outfits because they create really unique versions of her that are really like, you know, like you said, they actually exist, you know, in those comic spaces for sure. And we did a poll question on that just for fun with a little giveaway. Which of the suits did you like is your favorite?
90s.
Yeah, and you can see right here, this ended a few days ago and there was a giveaway attached. So stay tuned for fun opportunities like this. The 90s X-Men right there, which is the common and the uncommon and the special edition, came in at 55% out of 219 votes. And then the Extreme Force, which is the secret rare, came in at 26%. And then, of course, the other ones are right here as well. So, but the 90s one, I think it's that outfit, right, that people love so much.
Yeah, it looks really good.
That original series. So, and then, of course, what people did is they shared some really great shots below. So, I mean, look at that shot right there.
Lighting on that's really nice.
Asa, great job. As always, you know, we love it. And then, of course, look, the physical and the digital, you got to love that. This is a newer release, that X-Men 97 toy that came out recently because of the animated series. So that was a lot of fun right there. And then, of course, we had the Rogue and Gambit, you know, the kiss, you know, the two of them. And we're burning Gambit and Rogue from the original series from the Evolvables in order to get this. So these are still available if you guys want to go for those two. But the animation is also great. A little mini diorama in a way, Corey, like that kind of thing.
Like they have their kiss. You can see her taking his power as part of that in the animation loop, and then she lowers her hand and uses that energy power to lift all the chips and things off the floor. It's really, really slick. It's nicely done.
Yeah, for sure, right there. So you guys can go get those. Those are available. I wanted to cover those because they came out for sure, and you can see the blog is available if you want to figure out. If you want to find out the requirements for it, like I said, we burn Rogue and burn Gambit. So we talked about the on the evolvables, the commons and the uncommons and things like that, because the edition sizes, what they are at. But stay tuned for interesting more stuff like this as we, work with the evolvables. And, there's a plan in place for some of these, right? So just put that in the back of your head when you're looking at having some fun collecting these and putting them into your collection. But yeah, it's so cool for sure, right? And then this is what I wanted to talk about earlier. We got Bladesmith. And this dropped as well. Now, this was special because we announced this drop as a drop on a Friday on VeVe Comics, specifically on its own drop date. And if you go back to the VeVe Comics site, you can see that it's in the same day, in the new this week right here, Bladesmith right here. Corey, did you want to mention something here? Because I know that we have a, a Kickstarter right here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can go over to Kickstarter for 24/7. They've got us featured on this page. I think if you scroll down, we're in there. But yeah, this is a really, really cool series. Obviously, Chris Lee on there. And essentially, you've got like a world-renowned chef, and he uses that ability to get him into locations to work as an assassin. So it's a really cool story concept in general. But as with everything 24/7, I just love supporting them. I love how supportive they are of what we're doing. And with anything that they do, like I'm always like, what's the future of 24/7 in this story? Because the artists and creators and company itself own all the rights to all the stories they make.
Right.
And so if a television show pops up, if a movie opportunity pops up, and they have some amazing people as part of their sort of entourage that work over there. And so what I like with 24/7 is you're getting fresh, brand new stories that they own entirely. They want to make games. They want to do whatever. You can get in early on it. And sort of, I look at all these as like really powerful spec books, like speculative books. Like
totally.
I always think about like The Walking Dead and stuff like that, where it's kind of like an unknown story.
The Boys.
And The Boys would be another good one.
Right.
And so that's how I look at a lot of what they do. But this story in general, like just the concept for it is so marketable. Like what
I know.
Whenever I read the synopsis, I was like, oh, dude, like this would just be such a good anime. Like, I bet they'll sort that. So yeah, I'm really stoked for this one. It's really, really cool. And it's got like a powerhouse team behind it too. This is all Asian American creators that are behind the scenes for this one. So really, really good stuff.
Yeah, super cool. What they did was really amazing too. 24/7 Comics, the first 247 backers to match, of course, their branding, which is cool. At any level, will receive a free code to redeem an exclusive digital artist edition.
Yeah.
And this is this one here. Okay, so you can see that. And like Josh says right here, if you have the code, remember, use it on the VeVe Comic promo site, not the VeVe web app right here. So you can see this is the version here. And then if you click back here, you can see the one that you can actually pick up. If you wanted to go and pick up the limited edition comic right here, bang, you can do that as well. So that's right on the VeVe Comic site. We actually announced it as a drop on VeVe Comics. So you'll notice, and just as a heads up, everybody, we are going to be sunsetting our VeVe Comics socials and moving them over everything to VeVe Official, just so we have all of our communications in the same place. So you'll see more of our VeVe Comics announcements and stuff starting like next week, basically. We'll have a tweet announced about the exact day. Of course, our VeVe Comics socials will still stay active for a while, so you can still see. But all of our announcements are going to move to the VeVe Comics, the VeVe Official site, so we can just keep everything in the same place. You'll see drop announcements here as well. But yeah, 100%.
I'm happy for that.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. We just noticed that people we just want to make sure there's a one place for everyone to go to have all the info, and it just makes it a lot easier for people. And so anyway, yeah, we'll announce that very shortly. Even more, we've already put out a couple of posts about it, but there's another one going out today with a reminder as well. So VeVe Official is the place you want to be on our socials. But we also, this one here dropped. This is, of course, New Mutants number 86, I believe, right? So this is a pretty cool comic as well. And, we had the first appearance of Strife in here with that unbelievable, VeVe exclusive cover art.
I think that's Chad Harden for that exclusive. And man, it's really good.
I know, it's so amazing. In store for 30 days only as well. This just dropped on Tuesday, and you can see the amazing Spider-Man tribute cover art right there with the vulture, which is cool. So they took that like amazing Spider-Man art and then they recreated it here, which is really cool. A nice little throwback right there for sure. And then we also, this one just dropped today. This is Tales of Suspense with Whiplash. This is a classic Silver Age. And another great series of exclusive art. I know, Corey, the exclusive art is just so amazing.
It really is.
We're so lucky to have them. It's crazy if you think about it.
Yeah, only one place in the world to get it. It's right here. And the cool thing about our exclusive covers is they often get converted into physicals for conventions too. So that's what I like about it. Like I like speculating on. Yeah, because David keeps that stuff real close to his chest. But
he likes
like, I like being like, man, like maybe that one would be a really good convention exclusive physical. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see what happens right there with that one. But this one just dropped today, in store for 30 days only, both those comics. So check them out for sure. And then we'll do the burn announcement with, if there's any left, they'll be burned after 30 days as normal. Now, we also have Ron English coming up. This is coming up on Saturday. And these are the Monopoly pieces again, the propaganda. If you haven't checked it out, I mean, Corey, this is so great. We come back with the pieces now. Look at the house right there, which is so awesome, the greenhouse. And we're talking 5 gems right there, so lots of fun. And then, of course, we have the red house right there. Same thing, 5 gems. And then we got the Thought Factory. I mean, these are so fun. I just love it.
There's so many of them too. There's a lot of variety. This whole release is so much fun, and I love the board. I just like Ron English. It's just such a genius. Like the stories that he comes up with, and he always has big plans for everything he does. Nothing with him seems to exist in isolation. It's always tied to a bigger thing. So I was really excited to see this. I like how this was also packaged. Like in the sense that you go for the board and then that gets you all the other things. And then we have these additional stuff. So it's really cool. It's a really fun drop.
Oh, for sure. And there's some crafting right here. To be eligible to craft the Missile Cathedral digital collectible, collectors will need to hold the Mogul Grin black tie from the Mogul Grin series. And the Mogul Grin black tie digital collectible will be burned. So you can see if you're a Mogul Grin holder, it's all part of the plan. It's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see people playing. Like, you want to talk about games, put that board down, what's available in the VeVeVerse, and we'll see like people have like actual
win randomized dice. That's what I'm let's get some VeVe dice. Every time you roll them, it's randomized. Let's gamify this thing a little bit. I'm just saying. Let's go.
Yeah, I know, right? So, and this is coming up very shortly here on the 5th, which is 2 days from now on Saturday. So make sure you check out that whole series, have some fun with it, and go over to Ron English's social accounts. Share some love, tell him how much you really enjoying what he's doing here with VeVe, all the stuff he's putting out, the music, the collectibles, the art, and hopefully you get a chance to see him in person because he's a super great guy to talk to. And I know he's come on a lot of content creator spaces and shows and stuff. So, he's just a great guy, and we're super lucky to have him for sure. Right. So that's coming out. Now we do have a couple of reveals right here just before we end the stream, because we're just going over time here, but we're going to be announcing this today. We have this Scotty Young Savage Wolverine #1 artwork. 1 of 1 auction coming up this week. It's the blog's going to come out very shortly, but look at this right here. If you're a Scotty Young fan, I mean, absolutely awesome. Super cool.
I love it. It's I love all of Scotty Young's covers. He's one of the artists that whenever I go to an LCS, like I just grab all those to add them. I'm a big Calvin and Hobbes fan. It's like one of the first comic strips I read, and his artwork homages that style very, very much. So whoever gets this, good on you. You'll be the only person in the world that gets to put that up on your digital wall in the VeVeVerse.
I know, right? That's absolutely incredible. Yeah. And the cool thing is, like, this one will be very sought after. You can tell. I mean, all the artworks are, people go after them, but that one is that one's beautiful for sure. And another little reveal that we have coming up is we have a Doctor Strange comic coming out, and this is number 381, and this is a really fun one. It's the first appearance of Bats, the ghost dog, And it's a really cool story right here. And you got to ask, why is Marvel releasing this? If you've seen the Avengers new movie, release, like did you see that where they'd had all the casting chairs?
Yeah.
And they told everyone who this is all the people we're announcing right now that are going to be in the movie. They left out some notable actors like, Benedict Cumberbatch, who's Doctor Strange, of course, Tom Holland is Spider-Man, and a bunch of other like really notable big time Marvel actors, and so, but there's some amazing actors they announced. So it's really interesting, like really keep your eyes on what Marvel is releasing right now, for new comics, as well as for backlist comics that we have, and start to think about that, because I know around all these releases, Marvel has a real big plan about what they do. And so you get this comic coming out here. Will he be announced into the new movies like Doctor Strange? How could you leave him out? How could you leave him out of the Avengers? I don't think so. I think they'll announce with Spider-Man as well. How could Spider-Man not be in the new Doom movie?
I feel like we're overdue for Spider-Man too. When was the last Spider-Man? It was a while ago. Like, I'm kind of like waiting for the next.
For sure. And this one's also, like you said, Josh, right here, Sorcerer Supreme Loki, for sure. Great story right there. And by the way, the just so you know, in terms of exclusive cover art, the rare and ultra rare Nicoletta's. So. Yeah. You got to love that for sure, right? Now, we're going to end it off pretty quick because we got to go. And the last thing I wanted to share with you guys right here is the Forbes article. We're not going to read it. Don't worry. You can read it yourself if you haven't already. But check it out. And I know this is part of, basically our push to get out there and to see more, to introduce ourselves to some new audiences that maybe not have seen us. So this is a really great article. Everybody, I recommend you go read it and share it. Get it out there. Spread it around. It's on Forbes. It's a pretty big deal for sure for us. And Ben does a great job in this article right here, just breaking stuff down. Just get it out there and share it if you guys like. And this is part of the, like you said, Corey, the outreach that we're doing.
That's really what it comes down to, just getting us in front of as many eyes as possible. And that is one of the big pushes as we move through this year. We've kind of set all the groundwork in place where it's going to be very easy for us to do just that. And then also give people a great experience whenever they do decide to take that plunge.
Yeah, 100% right there. So that's that one right there. And stay tuned for even more information about what we're going to be doing. 100%. Now, Corey, that's the end of the live today. We're going to get going here pretty quick, guys. But once again, thank you so much. Stay tuned to see who won today. If you chatted, you have a chance to win. Thanks to our moderators. Thanks for everyone for coming out. We have more news coming up. Stay tuned for the mobile app news. Stay tuned for the, of course, the original Legacy Vault release, our new comics releases, our BLACKPINK information. Sign up for the affiliate program if you're a creator, if you want to get involved. This is your chance, to become a partner with VeVe and actually, grow our space together. And there's going to be so many amazing benefits for affiliates. So make sure you get in there. We've already had a ton of people sign up. We've already seen people really getting inactive in it. And for all our content creators out there that are making amazing content, we're still with you. We're supporting you with our giveaways and, of course, our social boosting. And you'll see us in your spaces with interviews and everything that we're going to do. And, transitioning over to that affiliates for host rewards is pretty much the best option you can do right now, for sure, right? So we will see you in the next live. Corey,
Big
thanks
20.
so much.
See you all, and the big 2-0. Later.